Sorcerers, we have an important update. As many of you are in Baltimore contesting the Courtesan Cup, myself and Chase have ventured a little bit further down into Maryland to meet someone very important. Now, as many of you know, art is really central to the Sorcery project, and we've brought on many new artists over the last year or so. We're delighted to announce an addition of an artist which is important to many of you and certainly the Sorcery team. We're delighted to announce the addition of the work of Quentin Hoover to Sorcery Contested Realm.
Good afternoon, Sorcery community. If you don't know me, I'm Justin Hoover, son of Quentin Hoover. And so, my dad growing up, it was kind of really, to me, it was a great time growing up because it was one of those things where I got to play in the fantasy world, right? Everybody, as a kid, dreams of dragons and having their own little adventures and using sticks as swords and doing all that kind of thing. Getting to see it drawn on paper growing up was amazing because it was something that I got to live with day in and day out. My dad was he was a stay-at-home dad, so it was like Mr. Mom is kind of what he referred to himself as because he was always there. He was a real laid-back dude, spent a lot of his time trying to respond to fans and work with the community and talk to people. He was a very humble guy, and even on his dying day, he was still like, I can't believe I have this fan base. I can't have known this many people. So him understanding that he was worldwide was kind of like a big thing for him. It was kind of cool to see and learn the aspect of being humble, growing up with him and seeing him, how he handled it, and getting to kind of take that into my own life and understand what it looks like to be humble and to understand there's a bigger world out there and to give to a community. So that's kind of what I do today too as well. So my father's art style was based off several people. His muses was Alphonse Mucha, Frank Frazetta, and Bernie Wrightson. So that kind of mixes the Art Nouveau with the comic book art style and that old school fantasy heavy line work with the Bernie Wrightson and the Frank Frazetta. So it's kind of, a lot of people coin the art as comic nouveau. I've heard brought up a couple of times, and just straight up Art Nouveau. But it's definitely a style that it paved the way for a new generation because it was a style that nobody had ever seen, and pulling that into the trading card game world was something new, and it really paved the way for a new style of art for artists to look at and kind of emulate or try to build their artwork off of and be inspired by. So it was kind of cool to watch that happen. As far as getting my dad's work out there, like I said before, he was really big into the community and giving back to people. So I try to kind of continue that moving forward. I try to get playmats and stuff out there. I'm trying to get prints out there. I'm working with the folks at Sorcery, really enjoying what you guys are doing, making a trading card game that's hand-drawn art, going kind of back old school style trading card game, and actually showcasing the artists and kind of getting their art back out there, getting the opportunity to get more of his stuff out there and maybe some of the stuff that hasn't been seen before, I think is pretty amazing. And so the Brother Knight piece, it was for an older game. It never got released. So just kind of, it sat back, and we got an opportunity to bring it back with the Arthurian Legends set. I'm looking forward to getting it out there and having a piece that people can see. Unfortunately, it was just one of those ones that wasn't used that is just a truly amazing piece. This is a more mature piece. It was further down his line in his art career, so it really shows how much he developed from the early 90s into the later 2000s, really showcasing the detail and where he was going with his artwork and how much versatility he had in his pieces. It wasn't just dark, scary monsters anymore. He started to build other things, and his art actually started with horses and unicorns and stuff like that. So for him to bring it back was kind of cool to see some of the older stuff being reworked and brought back into the art world. So the Centaur piece it was from Duelist magazine, I believe back in like 1994, 95 time frame. And so for the Sorcery fans and just like all the art fans out there, I tried to give my dad's name kind of a second birth out there in the world, just kind of re-releasing his art back out there. And like I said before, some of the stuff that people have never seen before. He wasn't just tied to the trading card games of the past that he used to work for and develop and design for. And hopefully I can get more stuff out there. The goal is to really start getting stuff for people to play with and use and to see and hang on their walls and get to appreciate the art. I think it's great what Sorcery's doing and really pulling to the old school art style where people are hand drawing stuff and getting their thoughts and their ideas down on paper for the world to see. it's really cool getting to watch all this kind of come to fruition and giving the name a second chance and giving some fans some of the stuff that doesn't get to be produced anymore. So it's cool to watch it all happen, and I'm hoping that we can do more work and get more stuff out there. So the Brothers Night piece is one of the pieces that's going to be featured in the Arthurian Legends set, which I'm looking forward to seeing released. I'm sure everybody else is. And as you can see, we have some other curiosities in the background that may be displayed in other sets coming out by Sorcery, as they like to keep things a little bit secret. So hopefully you guys can be looking forward to the future and seeing what comes out and being released from Sorcery.